What's up, you guys? I'm Makai Block with Limitless North, and I want to share with you one of my success habits that has had such an amazing impact on me, and I know it will for you as well. I'm doing this whole series of videos right now that talk about all the success habits that I've developed and implemented into my life that have helped me achieve more, that have helped me get success in my life and in my businesses, that have helped me be efficient and effective and disciplined, and really just to pursue the ideal life that I have for myself. And I know that by teaching you guys this stuff, it can revolutionize your life as well as it has mine. And that's my hope for this. So this one, I want to get into kind of a backstory, but basically what it is my morning routine. I want to talk with you about these very specific things that I've developed in my life and do consistently every morning that have made all the difference in the world for me. Now, if you watched one of the last videos, I talked about waking up at 5 a.m. and why I do that. And I'll just give you a very brief summary of that one. You can go watch the video and encourage it. But because these two are connected, I want to teach you about that one real quick as well. So basically, I used to be a night owl. I was a very creative person in high school and in college. I was doing graphic design, which required that you had incredible amounts of design homework. And if you're familiar with the creative process, sometimes you just have to zone in and just work for hours. And so I got into this habit of being a night owl and getting maybe from like 10:30 until 2 or 3 in the morning. That was my time. That was when the world was asleep and I could just zone in and do my work and not be bothered. And it worked for me and it was fine, but I was always tired. I noticed that no matter how much sleep I got, I was always just wasted the next morning, even if I got 8 hours. And the other thing is that when I woke up, I just felt all the pressures of the day crushing in on me. There was so much weight, there was so much work that had to get done. There was already people needing my attention. And so I just felt rushed when I woke up, and it was never good, right? And so when I really started developing this success in my life and seeking personal development and success habits and how do I achieve a greater amount than what I've already achieved, I noticed that the mentors that I had all had one thing in common, and that was that they were waking up at 5 a.m. And I was like, man, okay, maybe there's something to this. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to try and do that in my life. And so I challenged myself to wake up at 5 a.m. no matter what time I went to sleep. And I started doing it. And what I noticed is that it changed everything for me. I all of a sudden had time to plan my day, to get into a great state, and to be efficient and effective and high energy throughout my day. Instead of being reactive to everything, I could be proactive and I could set my trajectory for my day and stick to what I desired for my day instead of what everybody else wanted from me. And the mentors and the people that I was inspired by and the guys that were incredibly successful that I was looking up to all called it the golden hour of the day. That if you devote the first hour of your day to yourself and to your own trajectory, your own purposes, your own priorities and plans for what you want the day to look like, it will be just this beautiful thing that you can carry on with you. And so I did that, and I was waking up at 5 a.m. and I noticed this huge change, but I knew that I needed to develop a set of things, a habit of things that I could do every morning, every day, that would put me in a peak state of efficiency, effectiveness, and purpose. And so it's called the morning ritual, the morning routine. And all these guys had their own version of it, and I was listening to maybe 3 or 4 guys that really had an impact on me with that. Stefan Palernos with Project Life Mastery. If you haven't watched him, I would absolutely encourage you to go over and check out his channel. The guy is incredible. He's a huge inspiration. He's a multi-millionaire with online business, and he teaches you the very specific things he does to be successful. And that's what I'm doing here at Limitless North as well. And what I hope to impart to you is all of the information that's changed my life. And so he had a really great morning ritual video that really inspired and impacted me and challenged me to do it. Also Robin Sharma, Brian Tracy, and then maybe Eric Thomas. And these guys I was listening to, and I saw the things that they did every day, and I said, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna develop that for myself as well. And so I started developing a morning ritual, and I'm gonna walk you guys through that, and I hope it's so amazing to me, and it's done so much in my life. I hope it can do the same for you. And I just hope that you get a good takeaway from this. I'll try and keep it short, but again, I'm super passionate and excited about this topic because it has done so much for me. And so I really just hope that it changes your life the way it has mine. So the very first thing that I do is I wake up in the morning and I smile. Sounds simple, but just putting a smile on my face gets me in that place of gratitude. And they say that the act of smiling can fight depression. It can change you psychologically and physiologically. It can just begin to release endorphins in you. It tricks your mind into thinking, I'm happy, I'm good. Today is good, today is great. And I have gratitude in my life. And so I smile, and then I immediately think about what I'm grateful for. And I typically say, thank you, God. Thank you for this day. Thank you that I have a day that I get to pursue my plans and my purposes, that I am alive, that I have all these amazing people in my life that I love. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my family. Thank you that I live in California at this time in my life and get to pursue my dreams, that I have incredible businesses that I get to run, that I have these passions and these purposes that I can pursue and run after, that I get to be successful. Thank you, God. Thank you for these things. And that sets me in an amazing place of gratitude, an amazing state for the day. And at this point, I'm excited to get up, and it's 5 a.m., and I'm pumped and I'm ready to go because I have this beautiful day ahead of me where I get to do these incredible things, and it puts me in the right state of mind. So now I want to get up, and I want to get out of bed. The next thing I do is I have a drink of water. I always have water sitting by my bed, and I take a drink of water right away because we've been in this sleep state for 8 hours, and our body is made of so much water that we need to replenish that. We need to just get that back in our system. And so you take a drink and you notice that cooling effect that goes through your body, and it's awesome. So I drink water, and then I immediately get out and I start to stretch. I have this yoga mat next to my bed, and I stretch for 20 minutes. And so I get onto the mat and I have a routine of stretching that I do, and while I'm doing that, I'm just focused on the stretching. I'm not trying to do anything else, just focused on getting my body warmed up, getting my muscles loose and limber, and waking my body up. And then I also have a pre-workout that I typically put in my water and start drinking that. And by the time I'm done stretching, after 20 minutes, I get up and I go to the front of the house. I have a very light breakfast, usually a couple of pieces of toast. And while I'm eating that, I jump into my Bible, I do a quick devotion, and maybe take some notes or whatever hit me. And then I run to the gym. As soon as I'm done with breakfast and my devotion, I just leave the house and I head to the gym. It's maybe about 3/4 of a mile or a mile away, and I take off running. And while I'm running, I'm praying, and I'm praying about the people in my life. I'm setting love to them. I'm thinking about them and thanking God for them and asking that He would bless them. And I just want to think about the amazing people that are in my life and the opportunities I have, the sphere of influence that I have, and all of these people. So I'm typically praying for them, and then I'm praying for my day as well, that I would just have a successful day. I'm grateful and I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to what I get to accomplish. So I get to the gym, and I have this whole routine that I do at the gym. Typically jump on a bike as soon as I'm there and go for 6 or 7 minutes just to really get my body temperature up, get my blood pumping and my heart rate up. And then I do one muscle group a day that I focus on so that I'm not tiring out my entire body, and I can keep this up every day of the week. And it's amazing that I do that. And so that's typically about an hour 15 that I'm at the gym. And then I run back home, and while I'm running home, I'm praying again. I'm thinking about my day at this point. God, thank you for the things that I get to accomplish, the things that I'm going to achieve. Thank you for helping me be successful. Thank you for the ideas that come to my mind, and thank you for the passion that I have to pursue these things. And would you help me to do just as good as I possibly can? Would you help me to love you? Would you help me to love others? Would you help me to have an impact and just to be the best that I can be? And so it's those kind of things. And then when I get home, I sit down and I immediately jump into a book. I typically try and read about 20 minutes a day in a book of my choice that is in the pursuit of my choice. So for me, it's personal development, it's motivation, it's success, it's marketing, it's business. It's bettering me in these areas of my life that I want to learn about and I want to be better in. And if you just spend 20 minutes a day reading in the field of your choice, it's basically a college degree. I mean, you're going to read 25, 26 books a year maybe in one field of study. Can you imagine the knowledge that you get for that? The way that you're going to better yourself and improve yourself in those fields, the way that you're going to experience incredible success from those things. And so reading for 20 minutes a day, taking whatever notes I have, and at that point, I'm ready. So just to walk you through what I've done, I've woken up, I've experienced gratitude, I've got water back into my body, I've stretched for 20 minutes, I've had a light breakfast, I've read and done a devotion and kind of focused my mind on the good things that I want to spend my energy and effort on for the day, loving people and having an impact and just thinking about the great people in my life. I've gone to the gym and got my body in a good shape and good position. I've got my blood pumping, my energy up. I'm excited. And now I've got home and I've read and I've gained some knowledge for the day that puts my mind on being a huge high achiever, on accomplishing things, on being successful and diligent and effective. I've read from a mentor that I'm excited to be like, and so I know what I'm going to accomplish for the day. And now at this point, I take all of that and I put it into my notebook and write out what my purpose is for the day, what my plan is for the day. I want a roadmap to follow, right? And I would really highly encourage you to have a notebook before you when you do this, when you go through your day, to keep track of your great ideas, but to keep track of your to-do list as well and your goals. And so I take all that energy that's built up, all that excitement, all that positivity, and I write out my to-do list. And it's usually everything that comes to my mind that I want to accomplish for the day. I just knock it out. I write it all down, and I think through like, all right, here are the things that I need to accomplish to make today successful. But you know what? Brian Tracy has this incredible strategy called Eat That Frog. And basically what it is developing 1 to 3 priorities for the day that if you got those done, it would be the most successful day it could be for you, and you would know you'd be moving closer to your goals and your dreams. And identifying that the biggest one of those priorities that maybe you're fearing to do, you're kind of neglecting, you want to put off, and just saying, you know what, no, I'm going to get that thing done. And so you eat that frog, you put that as your main priority for the day. And out of all your to-dos, you identify the top 1 to 3 things that you need to do for the day that if you give them your attention and your effort and your focus, that would give you the greatest possible return for that effort put into it. And what you're going to do at that point is just solely focus on that one priority until it's done. Don't be pulled away. Don't let anything distract you. If it does, handle it as quick as possible and come back to your priority and knock it out. And at that point, you've had a successful day. So that's what I do. I write out all my to-dos and I identify 1 to 3 things that I have to make today about, that I'm going to focus on. And as soon as I've done that, that's what I do. I get to work. I just get right into it and I start knocking out that first priority. And then, like I said, I'm able to be proactive instead of reactive. I have my roadmap for the day that I'm going to set my mind on and my efforts on. And anybody that comes into my life that's demanding attention or has something urgent or just wants me to do their priorities instead of mine, I assess, do I need to handle it? If I do, I'll do it as quick as possible and get right back to what my day is about. If I don't need to handle it, sorry, it's going to have to wait because I have my priorities for the day. And so I dial into that, I focus on it, and I get my first thing knocked out. And usually it's 9 o'clock, 9:30 by this time. And I've got more accomplished in the first few hours of the day than I would in a typical entire day beforehand. And my efficiency and my effectiveness and my purposefulness has gone through the roof by having a morning routine. And so, I'll talk more about identifying those purposes and really just prioritizing and eating that frog. I'll do another series or a video as part of this Millionaire Success Habits on eating that frog and prioritizing. But that's my morning routine. I go from waking up to just being a high-functioning, high-achieving person in the span of a couple of hours, and it primes me for the day. I have all this energy, I have all this excitement, and I have a purpose for my day. And so I hope that inspires you. It has literally changed my life doing that, and I know it can for you as well. And so thank you. Would you write your takeaways in the comments below? Let me know what really stood out to you about this. Let me know if you do these things in your life already, if you have a morning routine or a ritual, and tell me about it. I want to know because maybe you have something that I can implement into my life. And, the big thing I want to impress on you is it's very personal. I have these things that I do because they work for me. They may not all work for you. So you want to develop your own routines, your own habits, and just start doing it little by little. And so I challenge you, would you wake up at 5 a.m.? Would you just try it? And it's no good just to wake up, right? We have to do the right things with our morning. And so the second part of that challenge would be develop a morning routine and a morning ritual that you will stick to, and try it out. And so you're not going to be great at it. You're going to identify lots of things as you go that are going to be better for you than what you're currently doing, and you'll just implement those little by little. Some days you'll fall off and you won't do it consistently, and that's okay. The idea is just to consistently do it more and more and more as frequently as possible, and we build this habit and this routine in our life around it, and all of a sudden we notice that we're being so much more effective, so much more efficient, that our bank accounts changed, our lives have changed, our outlook and our positivity and our energy has changed, and life is better than it was before. You know, you can become more than you currently are. You can have more than you currently have because you can make more of yourself than you currently are, and that's so important that you realize that. So I just want to challenge you, wake up early and develop for yourself a morning routine so that you can be proactive instead of reactive. You can get in the right state for the day, you can be purposeful, and you can have a roadmap for your own success. You guys, I would even challenge you and encourage you to find one friend that you can share this video with and say, you know what, I want to do this with you. I want to wake up at 5 and I want to have a routine that we do in the morning that we just put ourselves in the peak state. I do that. I have a really good friend I love this guy to death, and he calls me or texts me every morning at 5, and I do the same for him. And we know that we're holding each other accountable, and I look forward to his text because as soon as I see his come in, I'm like, man, I gotta get up now. I have to text him back that I'm up as well. Or if it's, if I wake up first, I text him like, dude, I'm up and I'm on my day and I'm ready to crank this out. And that just gives him or me that incredible boost of inspiration and excitement to just get on it. So I challenge you to find one friend, share this video with them and say, let's try this. Let's do this for a week and see how it impacts us. See how it changes our mood, our outlook, our positivity. See how it impacts our success. So thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm Makai Block with Limitless North. I appreciate you being part of this community. Really looking forward to getting to know you, so leave some comments down below. Share the video, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and go create an amazing morning ritual for yourself. And I will see you on the next one.